Hi, guys. Welcome to the new episode of the podcast No More Secrets. How you all doing? How did you all survive Easter weekend? I hope you didn't relapse. I did an extra episode, and I hope it helped you a little bit to not relapse because it can be a lonely holidays. When you're in recovery or you're getting clean. So, I just wanted to share a little bit. First of all, I want to say I want to explain why I'm doing this podcast because maybe you didn't listen to all my episodes, so maybe you don't know the fuck who I am. Well, I'm Krista and I'm a single mom, and I've been an addict for 35 years. I was addicted to a lot of things. Like painkillers, fentanyl, oxycodone, benzo, cocaine, ecstasy, marijuana, cigarettes, alcohol. Well, it's a long list, but I can proudly say that I'm 8 months in recovery now. And I'm doing amazing. I'm living a life that I could never have imagined that I was able to live. And I want to make my podcast very successful because I want to inspire a lot of people that are or were in the same place that I was. Because the last few years I was secretly addicted to cocaine also, and I was addicted to that for almost 3.5 years, and that was really my rock bottom because I was already really ashamed. Uh, but addiction. In most of the times, there's a lot of trauma underneath it, and you have to heal your inner child because your inner child creates your reality. So the things that happen to you in your childhood or while growing up on school, maybe you're bullied, or well, there are a lot of traumas, and you have to heal them first. So I always numbed my pain. I was also a pain patient for my shoulder. I need a new shoulder, but I'm from the Netherlands. So excuse me if my English sometimes is not as good as the real English, but it's my second language. So I'm sorry for that, but I do my best. I can do more. I decided to do my podcast in English because I want to reach out for as many people that I can and inspire as many people that I can, and hopefully help a lot of people. Um, so that's at the side. But I do my best. Going back to the event. So when I got addicted also to cocaine, that was really my lowest point of my life because I always said I'm not going to do that, and because nobody knew. Yeah, and people in my environment they knew that I had to take medications for my shoulder, but they didn't know that I abused them, that I took a lot more than that's allowed. And and like fentanyl or oxycodone, the people didn't saw it uh, on me because I used it for so many years. The painkillers I used from the age of 19, I'm now 49. So that's a long, long time. And I didn't use ecstasy every day or um, uh, how do you say, MDMA. But once in the 2 weeks, and sometimes in holidays, when my children were about a dad, then every weekend we went to a party, go dancing all night because it was always like, yeah, I want to release some stress, so I'm gonna take ecstasy, I'm gonna dance all night, and then I'm relaxed. Well, not because 2 days after I was so fucking depressed always and was so tired because you can't sleep. Well, in my case, I couldn't sleep, and yeah, and then I got my children back at Monday, and I hadn't slept yet, and so and when I was finally feeling a little bit more fresh and a little bit more energetic, then I started all over. So it was a circle, goes on and on and on, and then 3.5 years ago, before I got sober. Yeah, because of an event that happened, a really terrible event. I couldn't sleep anymore. I had nightmares every day, every night. I was scared to go to sleep. I was scared to go to bed. And yeah, I had to take care of my children in the daytime. And yeah, so I started using a snort cocaine, and because that helped me awake. And in a month, I was addicted to that also. And yeah, and I was so scared to share that with anybody, and I didn't share it because I was so ashamed and for what people were going to say about me. And also that that's the strange, that's really the strange thing, because I was my whole life disgusted by myself. I didn't love myself one bit, 1%, nothing. I was suicidal all my life. And yeah, I was depressed. I was on antidepressants, and yeah, it was not really nice. But from the outside in, it looked like I was a really, really happy woman and a really happy mom, and I had everything together. And yeah, the mask that I wore was, yeah, and I think I could have won an Oscar for it because, yeah, I lightened up the room when I when I entered somewhere, or but inside I was so fucked up. I was only telling myself how bad I was, and yeah, that it was better not to be here. And I believed my voices in my mind. But I really, really want to tell you, don't fucking listen to your negative thoughts, because they're fucking lying to you. They are. It's not the truth, because you're lovable, you're worth it, you're not a failure, you're allowed to be here. You're enough, you're worthy. Really say that to yourself every day. Every day, stand for that mirror and say that I am. Say I am loved, I am enough, I'm worthy. I do that every day, and that, yeah, it it saved my mind. Like I can say it like that. It's really saved my mind. And yeah, so yeah, what did I want to tell? Oh, that's when I talk English, Sometimes I forget the words, but yeah, so please don't listen. Oh, yes, I remember now. So, yeah, during my cocaine period, yeah, it went worse and worse and worse. And yeah, it make the voices and your moods, your state of mind, it make it so bad. So last year I hit really rock bottom, and I decided enough is enough. I have to quit now. And so I quit almost 8 months ago, and I went in recovery. And a few months ago I decided, and I was motivated by my life coach, and he says you have to do a podcast and share your story. You don't know how many people you can help with it, and yeah, use your pain, make it your power, because your pain is your power. So, and I was, well, who is waiting on my story? But I decided, no, you know what? I'm gonna do it. If I can even help one person, I'm so grateful. I'm already grateful for my life now, because a lot of addicted people that are in recovery, they they say life is boring now. You can't have fun anymore, and but I cannot relate to that because I really love life now. I never loved life. I never loved myself, and I really love myself now. So, yeah, for me, it's the best gift I could ever have given myself, and I wish that for you too, because you also deserve the best life that there is. So, yeah, I really hope that you apply yourself for rehab, for go to meetings, go to CA meetings, NA meetings, AA meetings, anonymous. I when if you feel like you can't do it anymore, call them. You can call them anonymous, and you can always connect with me. Always, I will reply on you. You don't bother me. You deserve your space, in this world. You're worthy of that. So and the bravest thing, the courageous thing you can do is say help me, help me. I always thought that that was the weakest thing you could do, but it is not the weakest thing. It's the most strongest and bravest thing you can do, to say help me. Also, if you had a relapse, don't be ashamed of your relapse. Shit happens. Shit happens, and but please don't think, oh, now I lose trust again. I lose. Yeah, maybe that you lose the trust of the people around you again. Maybe it will be well. Maybe it's going to be a tough time again, but don't wait for a few years and then finally ask for help again. Don't waste one more day again. No excuses anymore. So if you relapse, be honest about it. Please do, because you're so worth it, so worth it. And you know what the strange thing is? I tell you this, all of this, and I got inspired by one woman as well, and I read her book while I was getting clean. Well, when I was in my sobriety, but I was still not in recovery. And I read her book, and I watched her podcast, and yeah, it was like I was reading my and hearing my own story. So she inspired me, and I sent her an email and for thanking her that she inspired me with the story. And I a few days ago I got an email back from her, and that yeah, that she was so grateful that she could have helped, and asking me about how my recovery is, and yeah, so that's how it can work out. So don't hesitate to contact me. You can find me on my socials, on Facebook, on TikTok. I also do a little video every day on TikTok. I started because you know what? That's why I do my podcast. And that's why the name of my podcast is No More Secrets. Because I came out of the closet doors, I came out of the closet. I'm truthful now. And, I said it before, the truth will set you free. Well, it really sets you free, because for me, I thought I would lose everything if I would be honest, but I'm gaining my trust of my children back, the belief in me, because they see now I'm 100% real and pure, and yeah, so that's why I called it No More Secrets, and yeah, so I gain really really a lot of it, and yeah, so people, please contact me on my. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I'm sorry, yeah, about my TikTok, because yeah, my daughter said it, and my other son said it. Yeah, your mom, you have to do a video on TikTok and tell them about your podcast, and and share something. And I was, fuck, ooh, well, that's a little bit scary because, the podcast, you can choose if you're gonna listen to it. But on TikTok, I'm maybe on your screen and you didn't search for me or something. And so, and because the roots of keeping the secrets of my addiction is so deep in my body, in my brain. So that was a really, really vulnerable thing to do. But I did it. My first video, I did it, and it's only a short video, but it felt the whole day, the first video, it felt all day very, very scary. I really thought everybody on the street was watching, and oh, they know that I'm an addict in recovery addict. And a few hours later, I didn't give a fuck about it anymore because it's the truth. I am an addict in recovery, and I am proudly to share my story and hoping to inspire you and to help you. And yeah, so so that was really, really setting me free. Really. So now yeah, I decided also to do once a month a Dutch episode because yeah, sometimes I wanna say some deeper things, but sometimes it's difficult in English. Well, I try to describe it, and I hope you understand. But I'm also gonna do one in Dutch once a month, and I'm very excited to say that my next episode I have a really, really inspiring guest because that's my goal also with my podcast, that I would love to have many inspiring women, men, telling their story about sobriety and how they came out of their secret, out of the closet, and yeah, and their success story, so yeah, next week I have a woman and a really amazing lady, and I she's such an inspiration for me. And yeah, I'm very excited to have her on my podcast next week. So I hope you're going to listen then. Of course, you have to. So good things, what the fuck? Look at me here, sitting in my living room behind my mic and talking to my laptop to you, through my laptop to you, and sharing my story. And yeah, and what I also want to achieve with it is that you can see that there is life after addiction. It's not easy, but it's not supposed to be easy. Because if it was easy, everybody would have done it. Then there are no success stories. Because yeah, I know that sounds really strange, but I know now what they mean with that. And yeah, so I really want you to show that there is life and there are good things after addiction, because I only experience so many good things. I really recommend also that when you're getting clean and you're getting recovery, go to meetings, go to group therapy. If you don't like meetings, go in a group therapy, go or on a one-on-one therapy, or search for a life coach, a really good life coach, because yeah, for me, that's the game changer. It's really the game changer because he motivates me. He changed my way of thinking. So I never watch TV anymore. I never watch the news. I don't want my brain to absorb negative information, because you think that doesn't cost anything or creates anything in your brain, but subconsciously it is. It creates fear, and no, don't do it. I don't watch the news now, and I don't listen to the news on the radio now for almost 8 months. And yeah, it feels freeing as well. So yeah, and also what I would like to share is Thursday I have to go in surgery again, and last year in 2023 in February I had a really big surgery, and everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And because of everything was going wrong, I yeah, my addiction was all over the place, of course. So even when I had surgery, I was doing my drugs, and yeah. So after I was getting better, then I hit my rock bottom, and I decided that I really needed to quit. Otherwise, or I would have been dead by the all the substances, or I couldn't cope with life anymore myself. So and now I have to go again in surgery this Thursday, and I'm very nervous because I am going to do it without anesthesia, because I don't want my brain to feel any high from any painkiller again, because I'm so happy where I am now. So they're gonna numb it locally, with local anesthesia. So I'm I'm telling you this, and then I'm thinking, wow, I'm so proud of myself that I realized that I can't feed my brain anymore with anything like that. So, and that I'm doing it now on a local anesthesia. Yeah, wow, I'm power. I'm power. Yeah, I'm really power. I'm energy. This that kind of things I'm saying all day to myself, all day, when I see myself in a window, when I see myself, and that creates so much self-love. So, and because I love myself so much, I don't want to have a total anesthesia, because I think you all know, when you once had a surgery or something, and you get the full anesthesia, you get like this, and yeah, my brain loves to feel like that. So I'm not going to put that in, because I want to stay sober and clean, and never want to relapse, and never want to go back to my old life, because life is so fucking amazing right now. Only good things happen. And yeah, so guys, I'm really looking forward to my next episode with my first guest, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please listen to me also on YouTube. Subscribe, support my journey, please, to inspire and help so many people as I can, and I need your help for that. Or put that and the like button, and also subscribe on my Spotify. It's all for free. You don't have to pay for that, and it's yeah, it helps my journey to get addiction out of the taboo sphere, because it. Oh, I can't wait until people are not ashamed anymore to talk about their addiction, and that the judgment is gone. And so if I can do my piece, my if can do my share, and I hope you help me with that. So subscribe on my YouTube channel or on my Spotify. Please connect with me if you would like to talk, if you want to share something, if you would like to be my guest on my podcast. You can find me on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram under Krista Jorisen, and you write it ChristAJorisen, or otherwise you can send me an email on krista.connect@gmail.com. And